What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Brutal Planet Comics. I'm your host, Dre the Brute Daniels, and welcome to another episode of Brutal Rant. So this week we're going to be talking about Star Wars Visions. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So this was a very interesting little series. Like, for those that aren't familiar with it, basically this is a Japanese-American animation style versions of short stories for Star Wars. So a bunch of studios got together and started making little short stories. To me, it was a bit of a mixed bag. Some I really liked, some I really didn't, and we'll talk about that. And some were just okay for me. So at the end, definitely comment below which one your favorite was, and so we can have ourselves a nice little conversation. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna go through each one just to tell you my thoughts. First of all, let's talk about the episode 1, The Duel. First and foremost, this is my favorite episode, bar none. I love that Last Ronin and High Plains Drifter feel of the mysterious stranger. I like that type of Western vibe, and it gives you all that. Following this one, I guess he's a fallen Jedi or what have you, and there's this town, and then here comes this Sith Lord and her legion, and they're coming to lay waste. But this episode was really unique because usually you see things with these tropes, usually the townspeople are absolutely useless cannon fodder. But they were not coming to mess around. They were ready to step up and defend their homes. They had like mercenaries, and they were prepared. They were ready. So that was really cool. And I love the duel between the fallen Jedi and the Sith. It gives you everything you want and some good sword play, really good animation, and the audio, the music was actually very good. This episode was absolutely great. I loved it and I was hooked. Tatooine Rhapsody. I did not like this episode. I didn't like it at all. It starts off with it looks like a young Jedi Padawan escaping the temple during Order 66 and then jumping and falling into a van, and that van had the leader that was a Hutt, that was a bandmate, and then he joins the band. Then years later, the Hutt is in trouble with Jabba, and I don't know, maybe doesn't want to join the Hutt clan. Whatever. It was weak to me. I didn't really get it. It didn't really do anything to me. And then the animation, granted, it's just not my style of animation because everyone looks like children to me. Like even Boba Fett looked like he was pint-sized. It was kind of weird. It was a weird little episode for me, but I mean the music was kind of okay. Like it played like some rock alternative. It was all right, but overall this episode just didn't do it for me. So let me know who actually likes this episode, because it didn't really do it for me. The Twins. Now this episode I liked. It started off kind of slow, and it seemed like it was kind of a retelling of like Luke and Leia, just in a different light. And it really did something for me. Like basically the sister's like full on deep into the dark side. It looks like the brother is pulling towards the light, and she wants to build a doomsday weapon with kyber crystals, like Death Star, with their twin ships that are together, which was also pretty unique, and it was really cool. They had 2 twin star destroyers. So the brother steals the kyber crystal because he's like, yo, this isn't right, can't be just going around killing vamas. And so they have this fight outside of the ship, which is in outer space, so God knows how they're breathing air, but I didn't even care, bro. So homegirl whips out like 6 lightsabers and it was crazy. And like homeboy does this whole Gundam wing thing with his lightsaber, and that joint was like the size of a planet. Man, that joint was a whole mess load of fun. I really liked this episode. It was definitely one of the better ones. I really liked it. Oh, The Village Bride. Oh God, this was the only episode that was an absolute chore to get through. I was so bored out my mind that I kept looking at the watch, and this one was like the first one that was like 18 minutes long. It was the longest episode to that point, I think, and man, this thing really drug me down because so basically it's about like there's this village, and like this girl's getting married to some dude, but then she's gonna have to give herself over to the separatists so they don't an offshoot of the separatists, and so they don't kill the town. Oh my god, that joke was so boring and weak sauce. I really did not like this episode at all. And then of course there's some Jedi that's a Padawan, and then she like comes into her own off the random by talking to some dude with a bucket helmet. And this episode was weak. Now, no offense, like the animation is beautiful and all that stuff. But this story was weak as tissue paper, bruh. The jump was sauce. I didn't like this episode at all. So if anybody liked this episode, please let me know what you liked about it, because it just didn't do it for me at all. Good Lord, don't want to talk about this anymore. The Ninth Jedi. This episode I really liked. Basically, there is a magistrate or some type of leader that's trying to summon a Jedi to this asteroid so he can give them lightsabers so they can fight the dark side or what have you. So the man that constructed the lightsaber, he has a daughter. And this daughter is force sensitive, and so when she turns on a lightsaber, as you can see from the image, it's not all the way full and powerful, but it's kind of, you know, weak, and it has like a little quick little journey for her to want to deliver these lightsabers when her father gets captured. But when she delivers the lightsabers, which is a really good twist, is that a whole bunch of those Jedi that were there were not Jedi, they were Sith. So right when they touched the lightsabers, it all turned red except for one. One guy had a blue blade, and because they intercepted the message and like, hey, we're here to kill the magistrate or whoever that guy was, who was also a Jedi. And so they fight them off, and you know, the cost of doing business, some folks gotta get murked. It's a really good episode. And then as she participates in the fight, she gets stronger with the force, and then her lightsaber turns completely green. It's a really fun episode. I really liked it. It's definitely high up on my list. Toby won. So this one, to me, let's just call it like it is. It was the Mega Man episode. Everything about it screamed Mega Man, and I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. It was cute. It was lighthearted. Even the doctor that creates him, or the Jedi that creates him, or whatever. It's definitely Dr. Light. It's Dr. Light for Mega Man, 100%, no question, no doubt. I really enjoyed it. It was fun. It was, like I said before, it's lighthearted. It's cute. Anybody could really enjoy this. It was really cool, and I like the story of this Sith Lord still hunting, and his father sacrificing himself so he can, you know, save this planet and regrow its vegetation. It's really cool, and I really liked it. The Elder. So I really like this episode too. This episode was really dope. And first of all, before we even get to the details of it, man, I love the design of this Sith Lord. Had the yellow Sith eyes and the katana lightsaber blade. I mean, like, oh man, this dude's design was freaking sweet. So the story is, there's some a master and an apprentice that's scouring the outer rim, and then they get a disturbance in the force. They come to this planet, and then the townspeople tell them, hey, there's this dude up in the mountains murking these animals. And so they split up. The apprentice runs into him first. The apprentice gets laid out big time. You think he dies because like he comes across his belly, but I guess he didn't cut deep enough, which was kind of weird for me because they definitely framed it like he got killed. But whatever, it was still cool. Then the master shows up and then has to fight the Elder Dark Jedi. Elder Sith Lord, and it was fun. It was really fun. It was cool. It was dark. It was great. Check this episode out. The Elder is great. Lop and Ocho. So this episode, once again, wasn't high on my list. So basically, like the bunny is Lop, and I guess her planet might have been taken over by the Empire at some point, and then she's a slave. I guess she runs away. There's this family, my God, what do they call it? Dad. Oh my God. Dad and daughter find her, and then they bring her in, and they adopt her as part of the family, which is freaking weird to me. I don't think you could do that with stolen property, but whatever. And so 7 years later, the biological daughter of the man, she pretty much joins the Empire, pretty much, and betrays her family. Lop gets the family sword, which of course is a lightsaber, and then he tries to go and stop his daughter. He fails, but his adopted daughter comes and helps him out, and they defeat his biological daughter, and then she goes off somewhere into the sunset. Like this one was a mixed bag because I just didn't. It just didn't move me very much. I just really wasn't into it. Animation was okay, but it just wasn't my cup of tea. But last but not least, I must have pronounced this right. Akakiri. Akakiri, once again, this one was kind of low on my list too. Basically looks like another Jedi that's lost his way, and he's trying to help a princess regain the throne that I think was stolen from her father by her aunt. Now, then once again, this one felt kind of like a drag. Granted, this one's a pretty short episode, but the whole trek and the journey there wasn't that interesting. They were mostly just riding these creatures. It really didn't do it for me. The aunt, her design was really cool. She was like, she was looking like Braun Strowman out this mug. I'm like, yo, Macho Man out here, man. She was buff, yo. And but she ends up tricking the Jedi into killing all these faceless drones. You know how they, or always have somebody with a mask on. But they put a mask on the princess, and he accidentally kills her. And so he makes a deal with the Sith Lord to join her if you help me save her life. The whole Anakin, cheat death. The power only one is cheap thing. And so he brings her back to life and then joins her on the dark side quest or whatever. So that one was okay. It just didn't. It was alright. That's all I really had for it. But But overall, I enjoyed Star Wars Visions as a whole. You can binge it in a day. They're pretty short. There's a lot of shorts. Some like between 12 and 18 minutes, and like one was like 20. I think the daggone Village Bride was. Man, that joint sucked. Man, I'm back talking about. Anyway, whatever. Tell me what your favorite episodes were in the comment section below, or you can let me know on all those dope social media platforms you see over there. I'd love to hear your opinion. I would love to know what you think about this show. Overall, I enjoyed it. So like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to share the vid. Definitely helps me out with the algorithm, and I will get you all next time. Also, if you want to support my channel, check out spinwiz.com or download the Spinwiz app and check out my comic series Trouble. It was written with a lot of love, and it was definitely my favorite comic series to write. I've also written it in English and in Spanish, so whatever floats your boat, I got it for you. Thanks again, and check it out.